Position ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing. The opposition in all that lane switching. This is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, defense.
On first down, pull. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stuff the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he powers his way up past the 30. The Super Bowl hero, Malcolm Butler, makes a stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
2nd and 6. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Throwing on first down, Sharp. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Sharp. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Off-play action. Sharp. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. And some concerns caused him to slip to the 5th round. I guess if you're him, the good news is you kind of flew under the radar. Maybe expectations are low. You can come in and prove something.
And a lot to prove, because those off-field concerns that creep in on you, you want to prove that they're all wrong, that they don't matter, that you are a much better player than what people picked you.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
A check on Breida's numbers from last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Sharp. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he finds McLaurin. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. Back to throw. Sharp, and he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Sharp, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Throwing on 3rd and long. Sharp. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. On 4th down, Sharp. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll run on 1st down. Home. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On 2nd down now. Home. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And it's caught by Parker. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Albert Wilson, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the... Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you know.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 3rd and long. Sharp. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Tannehill, and the pressure gets to him again.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Now Tannehill. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Montez Sweat. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star or veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Operating from the gun. Sharp. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. 4 down. Chip.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. 3rd down here. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sharp, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in.
And he's going to go down again. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Emmanuel Ogbah picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Let's put that team on the bus.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Off play action, Tannehill. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Ineligible receiver.
Well, let's see who this is on.
Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 soft.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And a completion to Wilson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Albert Wilson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Yeah, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their...
Oh, now Breida loses it. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Back to throw. Sharp. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
On the set. Two-jet bomber.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. Tannehill in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's Tannehill. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Back to throw, Tannehill. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent, that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Sharp. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun. Sharp. That's complete to Robinson. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going to try and throw. And Robinson with a big catch. 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bronco score. Demarcus Robinson as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He completes it to Evans. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we reach halftime here, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a cut.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, it's Tannehill. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
You better be ready next time.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They run the counter. It's Holloway. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw on second down. Sharp, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun. Sharp looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Looking to throw. Sharp. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. What a difference. It's a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
52 to Mike, boys, 52. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field. No, check that.
On third down, Sharp. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
On fourth down, Sharp. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
And this really is a good defense because what they've done is focus on stopping the running game and being physical against it.
And the numbers, they really bear that out. They're currently 5th in the National Football League in rushing defense. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sharp. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tannehill. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go.
Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. They'll try the draw. Lindsey. And an alley to run. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 3rd down, Holloway. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
So the drive there took 6 plays. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as it kicks away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Mike 58, right there. Crunch time, defense.
Mike.
They'll go again with Lindsey. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Tannehill caught by Wilson. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill, and the Dolphins have taken the lead.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
Extra point by Marr, up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Looking left side, and it's complete. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. On first down, Holloway. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So that drives 7 plays in length. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Good drive last time. Really effective pass. Passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. First down now, but the clock continues to move. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. From the 50, it's Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And it's caught by Parker. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Tannehill now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Balaj. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. This from long, very long range. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Now one final throw incomplete. And time will run out here in the 4th quarter, and we are going to overtime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to...
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. He spins free. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So now here come the Dolphins. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Tannehill. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Just looking down at this with a naked eye, looks like they have about 1.5 yards. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. The 20, 10, and he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you.